Pom pom. Oh, right. Pom pom. Yeah. I'm back on running my harvest. I think I'm gonna take some of these out. Get the Celeria one out. Leave the ultimatum one in. Plague one in. Take this out. Leave that in. This out. Yeah. Or 8. They can't run these without having 100% Nico chance. Can't stick. Okay. So that we guarantee Nico. Oh, okay. I don't want Alva. I need one to. And, what we do? If I could guarantee getting the other, because all I'm really missing is legendary maps. I need 4 legendary maps or unique maps to get these, which I don't feel like I need it anyway. I might just grab more scarab stuff, like these nodes. Yeah. Do that. Up over to Bama. Turn some stuff on and I'm trying to figure out how to turn it. Okay. Okay. Brief undid the thing that. Okay. I think I'm gonna just YOLO do the craft, the graveyard craft, the quiver, and then just start stacking stuff for the bow. Because I kind of want to swap to chaos. That feels. I should have attack one. I should have gotten some attack one. Then put. I should have another row one. really think we need another one of 3 of these. Big file error. It'll be 82 with 5 explicit mod. Prefix. Item level. I got dropped a bit. I guess I'll just chaos ones. Need to even out the levels. I have too many low level stuff. Kind of wasting these. I wanted to save these for back up to 82. I think I'm just gonna take the 82. That's attack. Answer speed. Answer prefix. Piercer. Piercer. Didn't roll. Didn't roll. So dumb. It had chaos and attack, and it had 3,500% weight towards chaos, and this should have been able to roll chaos added with attacks, and it just didn't roll shit. They rolled fire. They rolled fucking fire. Like, bro. Didn't roll anything for speed. A really shitty back roll. Could have taken that damage over time one. Could have just taken that damage over time one. Oh, I should have just taken it. That damage over time one would have been good. Yeah, these do. Oh shit. That rolled really well. Roll the increase attack speed damage over time multiplier of the attack skill. 30 to. I don't think I can craft the poison chance. So, and it doesn't need the crit chance. I think our resistances, our lightning resistance is really. I think I'll just toss lightning resistance on this until it fix that. Alright, blue. And then at 4 sockets, also try to get red. And then do a 5 socket. And we're just gonna 5 link this bow and then just hope that it works. Is the general game plan. Oh, but I think that means we can spec out of the minion crit ones, no? I don't have the points for that. I have to look into that in a second. I fucking knew it. I knew that when I went for the 5 sockets, it was gonna, why are you rolling red? Like, I knew it. I had a feeling that I was gonna go for the 5 socket and it was gonna roll red. And it rolled red not once, but twice. Bro, that's so fucking troll. That's so troll. Wait, how do you quality this? I've seen this with quality. I have no idea. Oh shit, actually I colored this without even knowing if these are the actual colors I need. I don't think it is. I don't think I need the reds. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. I think it's just like green, like greens and blues. That was a mistake. Not good. Yeah, it's just greens and blues. I need void manipulation, chaos damage, minion damage, unbound ailments. I kind of fumbled. That's not good. Do I have enough to do 3 blue? That's expensive. Okay, that rolled exactly what I needed at least. Okay, so we went to bombarding. That can hold that. Yeah. Need void manipulation. Chaos damage. Guess we still need the feeding. Okay. Oh wait, no, it's minion damage. We still take this. And then unbound ailments. Supposed to be this. Um, the downside is I kind of have to figure out like how this works. Yes, I'm pretty sure we don't use the crit nodes. Wait, war cry. I guess for the enduring cry. Call to arms. Maybe we fit that in there. I guess I can fit it in here because I don't like using this. This is kind of expensive to, well, for me. I don't have a whole lot of ching. It just sucks that I used all those corpses to try to roll at least like high up chaos damage to attacks, and we didn't get anything. It's supposed to be a rollable thing. I checked on Craft of Exile. I guess I could have done a bit of a test on the necropolis crafting thing. Is it just impossible for these two to link? Because I've seen these link, these link, but I've never seen these two link. I think it's just impossible for those to link. Works. Right. I get Desic. The Defiance banner goes there. All time. Daring cry. For some survivability. Alright. And then unfortunately I don't have, I mean I have scouring, so I can just get the regrets. So I need to remove that one here. Penetrate. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 1. That's 2. So I just need 5 from the lady, Lonnie. I used I used like I had like 60 orbs of regret, and then I used them all to respec the berserker. That shit was expensive. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this for some survivability. And the question is, what do I do with the other point? Or the other point? And not points. Point. But I still think you want the penetrate one. Lightning bolters. Oh, that could work. Well, actually, yeah, that does work because I need the lightning resistance. I think it goes for the skills socket. The Joel socket. Not skill socket. I don't know why I call it a skill. Alright, so I feel like this build is probably going to be weaker than the other build, but honestly, like I just kind of got fed up with the playstyle from the other build. So we're gonna take it to a low red map and see how it feels. Just hope that it feels good. Recovery rate. That's okay. But what do you get? Grant 600% experience. Strongest monster. Hinder. Spells. Cancel 8 attacks. Oh wait, what? Offering? Because there's no way it's. I guess we don't need the offering. I also don't need Wrath. Hold up. This. Someone had there was I'd watched a video where someone had mentioned that oh there we go. But that we don't need the spirit offering anymore. We'll just leave that there. I may or may not have just break this build, but I mean, seems fine. If I'm only doing this until I get another amethyst ring. I got really fed up because I had some pretty bad maps that rolled with like chaos damage things on my dual strike build that caused problems. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. I was see. This is why. Oh my god. This is why I would love for them to just give us the ability to just select what skills we want to just continuously upgrade. Because holy shit, I'm just trying to click on my ability so they'll upgrade my skill gems. Like I don't even know what I died to. Wait, what am I dying to? Holy shit. Oh, the lightning totems because those things are busted as fuck. Definitely feels good. That was before getting our Nikos. The attack speed's a little slow though. I should probably swap it to attack speed instead of like minion ones on the bow. Because I lost attack speed on the I mean we'll see how it deals with the bosses because basically I just want to use I'm just trying to hunt down for amethyst ring for the other one. I don't know, like the build's strong, I just don't like the playstyle. It's definitely like 2.4. Oh, wait, no, but why is it 2.4? Oh, 48%. I was say, why is it so slow? Like, I don't think attack speed affects that. I might like unspec out of the Warcry ones. See, there's like a poison chance one for minions or something. I mean, I could always just roll that one cluster jewel. Go for that. And then just go for that other setup later. Maybe if I spelled it properly. Yeah, I think I might just take these points out, these 5 points out, and then just put like 3 points here. And then work towards a cluster. The problem is that like the clusters are pretty far from where we're at, right? The closest one is here, which is still 1, 2. It's still 2 points. And then all the poison stuff's over here. I'm pretty sure that doesn't affect us. Oh shit. Dropping the ball. Oh right, this guy doesn't have a POV. That's right. I fucking remember now. Makes it a little difficult to figure out. Like, this is one of the main reasons I don't do build videos or POE is because like I know how hard it is to like try to figure out a build with no POV and like so when I see like people that put videos out without a POV, it's a little like damn. I wish he had a video kind of deal. Because this guy took a really different approach. Like he went up this way, I went here to get the suppress here. Oh, this other build I went followed this way, which I think was better. Because I'm at 100% spell suppress chance. So do we have not very much, so this one's not gonna be very juiced. It's definitely slower. For sure though. 6 versus 7. At least got one. I had one before stream that was pretty juice. For me at least. I walked out with like 1,000 yellow juice. And like a couple hundred blue juice. I hate lightning mirages. Like it's such a pain in the ass. Like rare effect. Like I wish they would change it. Like the fact that it spawns on top of you and then like just explodes for a shit ton of damage. Like it's so annoying. And that's not even just for range. Like it's even worse to deal with as melee. I have to deal with it as melee. Because like with range, you can at least keep like plinking away and doing damage, right? But like with melee, you're just fucked. You're just fucked. So actually, the elemental resistance one might not actually do shit. Realistically speaking, that node never did anything for us because I never like cursed anything. Because I never had a curse on my deck, on my stuff. Like I never had a curse on deck to throw at people. Oh, I fucked up. I haven't changed my jewels. My ghastly eye jewels. I had one that had a poison chance. You know, I wish I could play Apex in like this tone of voice. And not just get tilted as fuck. Like if anybody's ever been curious, I don't like losing my mind at like while playing Apex. Like I thoroughly wish I was capable of just like being pretty chill while playing like basically any game, but I get really frustrated. And like oh my god, it's amazing. Not the frustrated part. The not having to deal with like the so chaos damage goes through energy shield. It's so nice. But it's it I like it's kind of it's this weird feedback loop that happens where I get frustrated that I am frustrated and then I continuously get more annoyed. And it's just this like feedback loop that really isn't very good. But there's just I don't know, it's just how I'm wired. My mom's always really tried to get me to not just like flip out. She's always been really like trying to work with me on that one ever since I was a kid. And it's just like, I don't know, like I just it's kind of just like my instinctual reaction is just flip out, test something out, get annoyed. Like that kind of thing. Which sucks. I don't like it. See, this is what I was talking about. I can roll that for added chaos damage and maybe some uh like attack speed or something. That'd be pretty nice. Take the bleed for now because I can't really roll it for anything else. So there. Um, I should actually probably just roll this one to see if I can get poison chance on it. And then if we get some like a free one with chaos damage, toss it in. I've tried pretty hard to just be chill. Like I was trying really, really hard like earlier today, playing Apex with you know, to like not lose my absolute mind. And like I was getting annoyed, right, at myself because it's just like it's just really like sometimes I just like my brain just turns off from the from whatever it's doing, and it's just like not very like when I'm playing Apex, and it's just really annoying when that happens. It's really annoying when that happens. To roll another one to put here. And so then I get frustrated with myself. Like there was definitely a couple games today where it was just like when I died it was just because like my brain just was not like in the mix and I was getting really, really tilted at myself. Which is a bit of a like a bit of a problem when the issue that you're mad about is yourself as a person. Rather, because like if I'm mad at the game, I just won't play the game. Which, to be fair, I do get mad at Apex, but I think but the problem is I get mad at myself, and then I'll be mad at myself when I stop playing the game, and then I just keep being mad, and I just keep replaying the times when I'm like, shit, I could have done like this, or that. Really, really. There's no percentage chance to poison for minion. The increased attack speed could. And I also don't like it because I feel like it's like I mean, it kind of depends on on like who I'm playing with, like from person to person. Actually, that's pretty good. I'll keep that. A free up for. Like, there's some of us, like, there's some people I play with that, like, they also get a little salty, and then we kind of like fuck around a little bit and like make jokes and stuff like that. And so it helps kind of like curve the edge off. But like with other people, like I try not to get like let it get to me, like the saltiness or like the frustration level, because I just feel really bad playing with someone who's like on the more chill side of things, and I'm just getting frustrated like alone. But it's kind of just the way I am, and it's not something I'm particularly happy with. But I've tried hard to change it, and it kind of just no daisuke. I mean, it's this game. This game, I was like, well, I guess it's still a little bit of a bleed over from the last couple games in the Apex game that I played earlier, where I was like really just, I just couldn't keep up with like the tempo of what was going on, and I was just constantly like getting knocked. I felt really bad about it, and it's just like, uh, I try to be a little bit more chill with it, but it's just, I don't know, I get really frustrated. And it does not. This one does not want to roll the minion poison chance. All I'm gonna use on it. If it doesn't roll with these, I'll just try it again later. But like when I was playing like earlier before stream, I always play a little bit before stream to try to like get some stuff rolling, and just to get Path of Exile warmed up, because Path of Exile like kind of stutters a lot at the beginning, and I'd like to avoid that on stream. Um, I was ready to throw hands. Like my characters kept dying. Like all of my characters died like two times at least today already. And I was getting so mad because it was a mix of like the modifiers rolling badly, like the extra ones that I can't do shit about. Like, oh my god, bro, on God, like I'm so annoyed with this league mechanic being forced on us. Cause like I basically got two mods earlier on two different maps that just bricked the maps for my Juggernaut. Because he has really shitty chaos resistance. Like he's basically at the bottom of the barrel, which is why I'm trying to farm him some amethyst rings. And it's like it's so annoying. Is it really that hard to get chance to poison an enemy? I've seen a lot of chaos damage ones, but I haven't seen chance to poison enemy one. Yeah. I might have to use We'll take the next chaos damage when that rolls, I guess. Alright, that's fine. 8 to 26. We'll stick that one. Then the reason I didn't want to like burn through that is because I have this. But I think I'm just gonna harvest craft that. But I need to farm harvest for it. But I'm really not happy with like the fact that I cannot like skip the mechanic until I feel more comfortable, right? Like Crucible like was rippy as shit. But you could just not interact with the mechanic like at all, right? And then with that, it was like, well, since I'm not interacting with the mechanic, like, I can come back to the mechanic later. It's not that big of a deal. I have a level 85 fucking amethyst ring in here, and I've been farming another amethyst ring for no reason. But this one's 81. Well, the difference is I need to farm harvest. That's what I need to do. So we'll still run some of these lower red maps. See if we can't get more harvest juice. For rolling. Because the point is, I'll need to roll it with a decent chaos resistance mod and then a key and like good regular resistance mods for the Juggernaut. Because I think once I get the Juggernaut to like 85, 86, when I get all the passives that I want, and then get him Iron Reflexes, like he's gonna be extremely tanky. Now we don't give a shit about the energy shield one because we have chaos damage on our side. This is another thing I don't like. This whole negative mod. Like I would honestly just I would have see like all right. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We'll come back to this. Something I don't like, right, is that at first I thought it was cool that they were adding like um league mechanic stuff to the Atlas. If it's like this, I don't like it. I really don't like it. I think this is extremely boring, right? Increased chance for unique crafting outcomes, increased chance for modifier tier rating crafting outcomes, increased chance to meta modifier crafting outcomes. Like increased like haunted modifiers are a tier higher, devoted modifiers have a 30% increased effect on your like uh haunted pack leaders are map at 50% increased chance to be rare, 50% chance to spawn a tormented spirit when you collect the corpse in your map. Like this one's actually pretty good. This is probably like the only one out of all of them that I think is like good. Is this one because it does like actually something different for your gameplay. But like these, like what I would have liked to seen was this part of the system. This like up and down modifiers, like that should have been on the Atlas tree, right? Like you have an option where you now have a chance for monsters to roll either the ability to increase or decrease the tier, right, of what you're dealing with. Like that should have been on the Atlas tree. Stuff like that. Rather than all these other like, oh, percentage increase this, percentage increase that. Like I don't know. I was pretty disappointed with it personally. Because I feel like they could have done like other things, like just literally just taking these. Same thing with this, right? You could have done like two notables or something, where one's like gives you the modified tier, the other one gives you like the increase, decrease pack size, right? Like that kind of deal. So that way, if you wanted to, you could Gemba. But you know, that just is what it is. Not really much I can do about that. But it's just like it's because like the problem is that when you have the just the percentage chance like that, it's it's such a it feels like almost mandatory. And to be fair, for the drop rates for corpses and stuff, with the sheer amount of corpses you need for, and the type of corpses you need for the, that feels a lot better now that I have the actual proper jewels on. A lot of extra damage on the dudes. Like it's basically mandatory. So yeah, you know, you're like, well, Mellow, they gave you guys like 2 extra Atlas trees. I mean, it's still like I still don't think that the it should feel mandatory to like get a healthy amount of like I don't feel like trying to get a healthy amount of corpses. Now, obviously, the type of corpses, like I guess they could keep that, right? Like, because you know you can't just like come up with like 20 billion creative Atlas pattern stuff. Stuff has to there has to be boring ones. But the like you can't sit there and tell me that there's no way that they couldn't have come up with some of the more like, you know, they couldn't have taken some of those hands for corpses and all flame embers and stuff like that and just taken those out of the pool or the passive nodes. Like I feel like there had to be a way for them to be able to kind of like again, I also just don't know if it's the downside to getting like the whole PoE2 development thing. Because it has to be taking a lot of time away from them for wanting to get stuff done. Especially because this is the year that, you know, it's supposed to be going into beta, so I'm pretty sure they're trying to like do their best to get to get a lot of the stuff ready for the beta test. Speaking of, I need to remember to go sign up for the Hades 2 playtest. Um, I think that's part of the reason why like the like probably they couldn't like because they were testing some stuff. Like they were talking about how they were testing stuff like a month ahead of time, which is like not normal. Like usually they talk about like the way Mark was talking about it is like usually it's like, you know, they test something for like a week or so. But like they were definitely so there's one there. I that there's not. Okay, one. There's one over here too. So we're gonna do this one. But I feel like it's just a case of like if their attention wasn't so split with the 2 games, they would be able to get some stuff figured out. Yeah, this is where I get kind of annoyed with this game, with it. Well, not like the game, with this like this play style. Like obviously, I would want them to focus on, you know, the bear that's almost dead. But because of the AI targeting, and like that's why I tried to resummon them. I saw that they weren't aiming at it, and I was like, okay, maybe if I resummon them, they'll reacquire target. No, they just kept shooting at the same one. Very walked out with. Maybe we can get a third one to spawn. I need to be careful because those guys have like that spray attack, which is especially with the culling that happens. Sometimes I can't see it. Like I just got hit there by something. I don't know what the fuck I got hit by, but I got hit by something. Like, what am I getting hit by? I'm taking damage from something. Like this happened earlier, which got me really pissed off because it happened at like the height of me being really annoyed. Where like, because I just changed this character, but like those mobs, those vivid mobs or whatever, they have a move that's invisible and it kills me. And I was about ready to throw hands because it was so annoying. Need a little bit of juice. I'm almost about to spec out of the crop rotation though, and just let it kind of do its, or at least like the crop rotation part, and then just like leave the reduced like red juice, because that's like the juice I need the least, because that's like the juice I have the most of. So the only downside with like the I mean, I guess I could try reading it a couple more times, but when I was reading, I was trying to like read through the like the Bama like kind of compendium thingamajig. But like a lot of the builds in there are like, it explains like how Bama works, and then it's like, here's endgame builds. And it's just like, what about like non-endgame builds? And like, I'm not saying to come up with like, makes like a non-endgame build and stuff like that, but it's just like, you have to have, like if you've leveled these like classes, right? And I'm talking about for gear more than anything, rather than the skill points, because that's like, you can kind of like work around that stuff. But like the skill points would be nice too. But it's like, these are people that they leak start Bama. So like, you don't need to like theory craft like oh, this is like what you do, in POB. Like I feel like they should know, but they don't put that stuff into the document. Like a lot of it just goes straight to the end game stuff. And it's like, for people who haven't played that, like for instance, people like me who were just like, maybe we just want to try it out and try to get in it and see what it is. And maybe, we don't like one playstyle, but we like the other playstyle, even though it's slightly weaker and that kind of stuff. Like, really hard for me to figure out how to get things set up because like the craft I want, I need a Hunter Exalted Orb to get it for what I'm trying to do. For my quiver, because according to Craft of Exile, I can't get like one of my specters died. I think it died when fighting the Vivid Watchers. Yeah, after getting the minion nodes, like the minion jewels, like fixed that, it feels a lot better. But like I have no idea. Like I'm kind of like stuck because the videos are like, I try to watch the guy's YouTube videos, but everything is basically like damage. And I kind of understand, like I get it when it comes to like making videos, especially when you've been doing it for a while. Like especially in a game like PoE where there's so much stuff, like there's kind of like different levels to the videos that you make or that you consume, not make, consume. Where it's like Like for instance, I can watch melee videos and it could have like literally the least amount of like explanation. And if I just have a POV that's not just like 20 billion cluster jewels and like, you know, like just special jewels and stuff like that, I can usually figure out my way around it and make and figure out like different paths and stuff because I've played so much Bone Shatter that it's kind of easy for me to figure out like what to pick up here, what to pick up there, like where to do some little differences for myself personally that the build may call for. Like for instance, the dual strike one that I'm doing now. Technically, if I was like following the build completely, I wouldn't have untiring. I would have the can't be lowered action speed modifier one, but I would have died so many more times by now if I had done that because untiring definitely saved me when I had higher stacks of trauma in a fight. But that's more of like a personal preference kind of thing. But it's just like, but I can do that because I've done melee for so much. Now I'm not an expert on melee, I'm no Mathel and stuff like that. But like, I can figure it out. Like I can figure out and do like small tweaks here and there and stuff like that. And I know a little bit of like righteous fire and like doing fire and like chieftain stuff, which is why I've been able to kind of make the fire tornado chieftain one work just a little bit because I can kind of like like I've done it enough that I can kind of finagle what I need in it. And it's just like just little things like that is oh, I don't crafting blood immunity on this. Did I just put that there then? I feel like that's probably part of the squishiness this character has is corrupting blood immunity. But yeah, it's just kind of just how it is. So it's hard for me when I'm like picking up a new build to kind of like figure it out. If I don't have like some sort of spot right to grab the information from. 213. This one. I guess my ass. That's what that one is. This one's kind of dangerous, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong. I like these devoted ones. Well, I like some of them, right? Um, I like, but to be honest, I feel like instead of having like increased like effective devoted mods, I think it should be like for instance the tormented devoted mod, right? The one where like packs of monsters are tormented by spirits, or packs of monsters like release uh a tormented spirit on pack death. Like I feel like that should be attached to the atlas notes for for the necropolis thing, because like for instance I hate those. I really don't like those. I don't mind the pact is like tormented or whatever one. I don't like the one where the pack like unleashes a you have to be kind of careful because of the projectile. The one where like on pack death unleashes a unleashes a tormented spirit, because that one actually like inadvertently bricked one of my maps for my juggernaut, because it basically gave a rogue exile way too much AoE that I couldn't sit there and tank through my trauma stacks and like the rogue exile thing on a map that should have basically been just a free map. So a little bit of an annoyance. As like the problem that I have with it is I can't like roll those modifiers, right? Like there's no option for me to be like, man, I still want to do this map because I like spent, you know, chisels and I alked it, and you know, maybe I'd had to, you know, scour alk it a couple times or chaos roll it if I was feeling particularly lazy. But I'm trying to save my chaos orbs for there is a I do want to try the like anarchy strat, which I know it's not as good as it was before the nerf. But I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because I want to try to farm like uh the fucking Jinx Juju uh necklace that I need to make this build like be really tanky. Okay, this isn't good. This isn't good because it's yellow, yellow, yellow. And like if these two were blue and this one was yellow, that'd be great. Or if this one was just like had a different color besides the yellow, that'd be really nice. So we'll go red, and then just blue, and then hope that one of the or if anything, I'm just gonna juice the blue ones then. Ooh, a bit laggy there. Running in circles. I forgot to resummon my Spectre. Running for days. But yeah, I think instead of league starting, what do we have 8 and we have 3. Versus, yeah, I'm just gonna juice the blue. Uh oh nice. And it upgraded. Ooh, ooh. Quick with it. Be smooth with it. Drop the clones. Drop the clones. Drop another clone. Yeah, you aren't the only fuckers with chaos damage. Get fucked. Yeah, no, I think I might just stick with like maybe do some sort of do some sort of so I do want to try the Energy Blade Inquisitor um a little bit. Like I want to, but I want to like pretend like try like a league start kind where AKA I'm going to try to oh shit. Um I think I'm gonna roll it on SSF and then like just play it as it's like, you know, kind of simulate league start. And then see how that feels. And if I really don't like it, or like if it feels kind of you know kind of meh, then I'll probably just I don't know do like a lightning arrow champion build again or some shit. or something like that. But I don't particularly enjoy. Holy, bro! If that had like gotten, this is gonna be kind of rough. A lot of blue juice. This is why it's so hard for me to give up crop rotation. Because like when you get a pack like that, where we got almost 1,000, uh, which for not like juicing it is pretty good, pretty good. But I mean, we also walked out with 400 of the yellow essence because we got a good number of the rares and stuff to spawn, so that was really nice too. But that's why I have a hard time like giving up the crop rotation thing because it's like doing a thing where it's just what you call it, where it's where it's you've got 6 of the tier 2s, like it's really nice. Now unfortunately, I have no idea how to make this build stronger besides trying to get that, trying to see what the cluster jewel setups are supposed to be, and then trying to turn that medium cluster jewel into what it needs to be. Because it's definitely a lot weaker than my other build, but it's a lot more chill, so I like it. And I already have like other builds for not chill. It's just I don't know. Actually I still kind of want to fuck around with the with that one dagger that converts some fire damage and like gives you like 30% chaos damage from fire damage. And then also I'm a big fan of these fresh claws. They just feel so tanky compared to the bristleback matrons. I think a little, a little chaos damage from my oh shit, that scared me. But yeah, so protect me, my crush claws. Protect me. Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on it. Bama feels good, to be honest. It definitely saved my league start. I would still be suffering if I hadn't like stumbled upon the video and decided to YOLO try it. It's definitely really strong. I don't particularly enjoy the elemental version, at least not like the crit version. I kind of wish there was like part of me wants to do like like wants like an ignite chieftain Bama build. Ran in circles. I'm pretty sure if I had to play the old one and I had to stop and cast all the time to get the damage out, I probably would have died here. That's not bad. Bosses. No, but he had the faster attack speed. That one was nutty. Also, I need to reroll my flasks because I'm not like critting anymore. I just don't know what to roll them into. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do a couple more maps for some harvest juice. Probably try to get like 1,000 harvest juice or something, or yellow juice. To try to get enough, then I'm gonna swap back to the melee guy and get him. Try to get his amethyst ring set up. And then he'll probably continue on this tree. And I tried using the bristleback matrons because they're bears, and I'm like, you know, thematic bears, yeah. But I think the crush claws superior. The crabby claws, like crush. That's a problem. If those guys had gotten a full like pack of shotgunning their little like abilities on me, I would have died. 10 out of 10 times I would have died there. We have 700 juice. Get a little bit more, work with it. I do want to get a lore wave set up, and we're almost done. Hey, you just need this and then these 2 rows, and then we'll have like a. Well, to be fair, I think I'm. Well, I think I'm gonna just. I want to do this, but I have to. I think I kind of want to just make sure it's like level 70, like 7 or high. Oh, we'll stick with it. I definitely don't want the low level 70 ones though. Anything lower than 75 is go. Uh, That's gonna delay us. That's gonna set us back pretty decent amount, but I think it'll be better in the long run. I'm gonna take all this effort to make a lore weave. I might as well get it at least be level 75. Alright, so we're still a ways off. But is what it is. Is what I also am in fact holding on to these gloves, even though they're 81, they're good enough. Because I do have the Vicario's influence. Victario's influence, and I do kind of want to try the little like cheese strat where you use the gloves and the other things. Because mm, okay, why not? It's probably not going to be a thing that works next league, but that'll definitely be like a more later on in like towards the end kind of cycle. Probably when people iron it out a little bit more. But yeah, hopefully 1 or 2 more maps to get enough juice, and then we'll swap over, get the amethyst. Hopefully the amethyst rings roll something good. To be fair, part of the damage problem for this build is definitely the fact that I swapped from like level 20 to non-level 20 gems. And like on top of the fact that like the other build just scales, just early scales better. So it's a blue map. Like it's not, I didn't alk it, so I'm not expecting a whole lot of juice from this one. Oh, my pretties. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Go, goes me home, goes me home, goes me, goes me home. I actually wonder if there's a way to like make a chieftain ignite Bama build. That's like wood. Because you start here, right? So I'd probably go like the life and armor nodes to here. And then go up this way. Then go here. Probably grab this, grab these minion ones, go up here, grab these minion ones, go this way, grab this, grab probably that. Well, probably not these. Probably grab this, grab these, and trail off this way and grab this. Or go up this way, like the other guy did. Because basically, so if you go down this way, right, you get 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't think I need this anymore. Uh, heck. Because I'm pretty sure that doesn't affect chaos damage. That's a point that I could save. Spinny, spinny, circle, circle, spinny, spinny, vroom, vroom. Oh no. Oh dear. Alright, what do we got? Alright, we have 1 yellow. So we go red, red, blue, the yellow. And just hope that it like that yellow becomes like super juiced. I'm kind of here for just the whole playing ring around the rosy. Just playing ring around the fucking rosy, bro. I do need to get more of those chance to poison uh chance to poison nodes. Gems, I mean. Yeah, it feels pretty good after getting more like levels on the skill gems and fixing my other gem problems. Only two? Bro. Should at least been four. This economy? Dog. Been four. We got like nothing out of that. I think we got more blue juice than we got. Oh no, it's about equal. We didn't get jack shit from either of them. What I expect though. It is a blue map. Oh, oops. Gonna get more skill gem XP. Let's go next map. I think that was tier 13. The grotto. No. Tier 12. Tier. Oh, there's no way it's tier 11. Oh, maybe it was tier 11. Oh, it was probably tier 14 map. which I don't have very many of. Oh, never mind. Okay. Not inflict exposure or whatever. Increase it is inhabited by. That's fine. Technically, that should be free. Not you. I'm not gonna lie. The Atlas of Worlds one, that tab is so unnecessary. Like, why is it there for the quest tab? Like, why isn't it just like rolled into the epilogue? Like, what purpose does this serve? Aside from making me have to click here to go to Lonnie, because I need like. Wait, don't I have an order of regret? I do, but you know, you get what I mean, right? Like, now where am I gonna put that for? Good question. All right, to you, no. But basically, like you know, like I'm just saying, like you just combine these two and just not make me have to tab over, you know, one less click. I'm a Path of Exile player. I don't like to click more than I need to. Also, that's something I would really like for them to add at some point. Would be for them to add the uh chaos orb. Um, for them to give the standard currency, standard currency 76 currency. With Qatar. 78 one. Fuck it, why not? Fuck it, we ball. I'm not gonna get like a whole bunch of chaos orbs, but it's still gonna be something. Yeah, this one's kind of free for my build. Reduce damage from crits. I'm gonna try one of these. Supposedly, that's what I'm supposed to be using. These little dudes. For my Spectre. Until I get a fucking Jirox banner to then replace it with the Taskmaster. Matches? I'll just look. Yes, supposedly these are the guys I'm supposed to be running. Why? They just are. Like, I imagine it has something to do with like numbers or some shit, or maybe they're just like really hard to kill. Doing a map. Like, I'm just sitting here like, are they gonna shoot the things trying to nibble my kneecaps off or no? Is that just not a thing? Like, I have this little. Oh, sweet, and we have one yellow again. They do seem fairly effective so far. And it's a devour. I mean, it's gonna be a pain. We didn't get shit. We didn't get shit. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna drop out the going to drop out of the of like the crop rotation part of it, and then just leave the reduced red in because it's the thing I could use the least of, and then I think I'm just gonna try to crank it because like my luck for getting the things to go is pretty low. For getting the things to like actually rock up kind of deal. Actually, not very good. This turn. It's fine. Soon it'll be time to take a break for from PoE because next Tuesday. So I think what's going to happen is I need to double check the schedule real quick for the event schedule. All right. So the current story event rerun ends in 2 days. And then Rise of the Beast starts on the 21st. Yeah, so I'm starting Monday. All right, we'll be doing Rise of the Beast grinding through the night, like in the evening. So that'll be pretty fun. They're doing a maintenance in the middle of Rise of the Beast. Huh. I was looking at the wiki. A little surprised about that. They don't usually do, like. I'm curious why they chose in the middle. Unless I'm misunderstanding it and it's a maintenance for something else. I was wondering where the other. See, that's kind of like the thing that I get, right? Like, it's working now, but like earlier, right, when I was like over here, I was trying to like, yeah, see, like I can't because of this, because of the pillar, because it's not line of sight. Because I was standing here and I was trying to put it back here and it wouldn't let me. Like, I wish it would just like kind of draw a line and then wherever the line ran into a wall, it would just put the character the clone there, but I don't know what I can really do about that. Just kind of a would be nice. Gold item, alchemy, alteration, or alteration. Never get enough alteration. I don't know why to this day I still try to sell my divination cards. I've been doing this forever and I keep trying to sell them. I don't care for the red. We take crop rotation out. Um Yeah, no, I'm good. I like my scarabs. I'll probably just grab more scarab chance. Because basically my goal is to try to save up a decent amount of reliquary scarabs, which I don't have. Right. I have like none of these. I have 4 of these and 3 of these. I need way more. And then I'm trying to get more anarchy ones. Because I think what I'm gonna do is like one of these, and then like one of these. This is also why like the fact that the 5 map mod slot it so this is the main issue right now. This is the thing I don't like the most about this, like of the change they did, is first of all, whoever decided that attaching like tier 17s to being the only way to get the 5 map slots device, I think it was like such a huge like dumb move, right? And I'm not even someone who does 5-way legions, right? And those people are kind of upset about it. And it's just like I feel like I feel like we should not do that one because it's going to kill me. You know, I'd rather not. You know. Goatman. We should be able to do that. But like, so for instance, I really don't like it because like a lot of the quote unquote like easy ways, and like there's kind of like arguments back and forth about it. Like I've seen actual arguments back and forth about it where it's like some people are just like, why is it attached to that? Why isn't it attached to Legion still? And it's just like, you know, the people are like, oh well, if you can't do tier 17s, then should you really be doing the super like high end capped like, you know, 4 scarabs plus 1 map farming? And it's like, well, in a lot of cases, especially if you're someone who doesn't like to trade, yeah, actually you should, because especially in future content, because like right now it's like um how do you offset that? Well, you just graveyard craft, right? Like you just get a build that doesn't need a whole lot of uniques. You graveyard craft, you try to like get a tier 17 map that's like not super nutty, but that also requires you to have divine orbs if you want to buy it. Um or you can just get your own and then just try to like chaos spam it so it turns into something like runnable. Um because the other problem is you can't run them like they have to be rares, right? So that's a bit of a pain. Um like if they want to attach it to tier 17s, that's fine. I think the problem came in that like they removed the ability for players to get them from Legion still. As like if it was just like, oh hey, by the way, you can also get the 5 slot map device from tier 17s. Oh, right? More options, right? If there's someone who doesn't like doing Legion, then and they're really confident in making like really strong builds, then you know they can go do tier 17s. They can do their tier 17s, get their 5 slot map device, easy peasy lemon squeezy. But if you're someone who has a, you know, not so crazy build, you just run Legion or you just buy the Legion emblems and then you just run your real quick like core general map thing. Um and then you have your 5 slot map device, and then you know you can do whatever strat you want to do with the stuff, right? Like for instance, technically the strat that I for the like I don't actually know how good the strat is without the 5 slot map device. But the Rogue Exile strat, I'm supposed to be running 2 of the Anarchy ones, 2 of the unique reliquary ones, and then what is it? One of the relic, you know, has a chance to drop. You know, every unique drops a unique, and then you double stack the 200% reliquary one, and then you drop two of the extra rogue exiles on top of the anarchy one in the crafting thing, and that's kind of more or less like the full run. Or you can like slot in the giantification one, but that one's a little rarer, so it'd be a little harder to maintain. But it's just like you're kind of running a half thing, right? And the fact that, well, like for instance, I'm just never getting a 5 slot map device this league because I don't think I'll be able to. Like, I've never gotten a build that can do Ubers. I haven't even gotten all 4 watchstones. Um, Actually, speaking of, I still only have like 1 watchstone. I still haven't done Searing Exarch, but that's just because I don't think this build can do it because I've heard minions are really bad to use on Searing Exarch. But oh, 7. Okay, thank you, thank you. But yeah, like I don't think I'll ever get a build that can actually clear 17s at all. Like even after the little quasi nerf they had, and I personally don't mind that, you know. But I do kind of mind that something that was perfectly obtainable for me before this league is now basically something I can't obtain because of this weird change they decided to do, which was mildly annoying. Because like the point is that like this league kind of like it's kind of really stirred the hornet's nest of people who were already kind of annoyed of like how big of a difference there is, like capability there is between the no lifers and those that like have a day job or people that just play other games kind of deal, where it's just like obviously there should be a difference, right, like in everything, because especially in a game of numbers, quantity beats quality, so to speak. Like if someone's playing the game for 12 hours a day versus someone who's playing the game 2 hours a day, then obviously the amount of loot that they're going to have drop is a lot more. Get my egos. Then like the guy, like they're putting in 6 times more the hours, so it's obviously a little. I feel like it's a little obvious that it should be. They're obviously going to get more loot, but numerically the problem is that right now a lot of people are kind of exacerbated because what's happening is the amount of loot the people who have the time to put in 12 hours a day are getting versus the people who can't put in 12 hours a day, whether that's due to like real life commitments, or maybe you're just someone who just you can't really, you're not like that hardcore of a gamer, um has like exponentially increased over time. And it's like, oh, so we got both of them. uh and it's just, and I think like part of it has, to be fair, I think part of it has less to do with just like the league mechanics and more the fact that the people who play, like who can commit so much time, either it's to the point where they play like really meta builds and they know how to build them like really like fluidly, or they're just really good at what they do and they know how to make it work really well, that like someone who doesn't put in that much time like would struggle to do even with like a video. Because if you actually made a video that would cover every little thing, like every nuance that you would have to be aware of when playing a build, like to account for like what if the person doesn't get the items, what if they don't get these uniques, what if they don't get this, what if they don't get that, those videos would like be forever. Like you just wouldn't be able to, realistically speaking. And I've watched people who've tried, like they put in a lot of time and effort into the videos, but there's always going to be something they kind of miss, which is why people go to their streams and they ask questions. Unless you do something like Pox, right, where you set up an entire website dedicated to it, that's a completely different story. But that man has a mission and he's good at what he does. So, but the the big thing is that it's hard to kind of like fill those gaps in, right? And it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort, and a lot of times, you know, people they would just rather just play the game, and I can't really fault them for that because at the end of the day, that's what we like to do. We like to play the games. But actually, no, I'm just gonna set that a tier. Say this as this also doesn't do any tier 2 stuff. I'm just gonna hope that it gives me what I gives me at least a little bit of juice. Oh, beautiful. There we go. 34. I think that rare reflector card. And like it's left people feeling really like unfulfilled, I guess, or like very annoyed. Like I'm someone who like it's kind of like it's whatever, I guess. And that's not including the fact of like the whole strats that are, you know, creating entire mirrors, like, you know, entire economy worth of like mirrors and mage bloods and headhunters and stuff like that. Like all those things that are causing issues with it that people aren't too happy about. But let's choose to we have 900. Good enough. Because a lot of people definitely aren't happy about that. Even though I feel like it's less that they're not happy that it happened and more that they're not happy that they weren't able to take advantage of the strategy before it got nerfed into the ground. So, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a case of I feel like part of it is just build diversity is the problem, really. Like the amount of builds that can run that kind of content are it's pretty limited, right? Like the meta builds are the meta builds for a reason. As much as people don't like them, like there's a lot of people that don't like the whole concept of league starters, but league starters exist for a reason. There's just numerically builds and skills that will do a lot better with less investment, therefore are a much more fluid, easier start build than a lot of other builds. And that's just normal. I feel like that's just gonna happen, like regardless of like the balance of the game. Like you're never gonna get stuff balanced to a point where it will always be able to like everything will be quote unquote league startable, right? Right. So what are resistance like? All right, we need a really good lightning resistance on this. But I don't know. Like I know it's harder than most people would like for it to be. Bruh. I just want a double digit chaos resistance roll. There we go. Thank you. But the problem is we have really shitty lightning resistance. Like incredibly terrible lightning resistance. Except for taking this off. Actually, do we have a belt that I can use? It's 37. 37, we can put lightning fire on it, or lightning chaos on it. What do it look like with this on? Lightning resistance is still not the best. Oh, we can reforge that though, can't we? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we can fix this. Reforge that into lightning. Now we're at 68. And then we forwarded this into lightning chaos. Ta-da! Fixed. Now we're at 45% chaos resistance. And then capped over here. Nice. This is one of the main reasons why like uniques kind of fall to the wayside. And a lot of builds. That's because it's usually really hard to like cover all of your bases that you need when you're just running a bunch of uniques. Outside of like certain builds that kind of account for it. And a lot of times those builds use clusters and jewels and stuff to kind of like compensate. So it's not like super free. Right. Hopefully now we can go back to grinding our yellow maps. I don't like Reef just because it takes too long to. Dude, this is doable. How many divination scarabs do I have? Try to see if I can get a fortunate. That's not bad. Because I think if we can get the one for the Exalted. Yeah, if we get the little ward in Exalted or Divine Orb, uh, we are finished with the divination ones. We're still a ways off from getting the fortune, like the full fortunate stack. Alright. Hopefully this feels a little better than it. I did have to respec a little bit because I was going to go for the cluster jewel setup first. Um, until I realized that uh until I realized that there was a pretty big like offensive like mastery I needed, which was the one where mace and scepters attack like maces or scepter attacks always chill, which this build really needs for the setup because I'll come back when I get the third Nico thing. Because we use the frost gavel like hammer thing. So that way we get we deal double damage to chill targets. Oh yeah. That's pretty nice. Like, I do like this build. The mapping side of things feels a little iffy, but when it comes to single target, it's pretty stonks. I tried to like face tank that I shouldn't have. Fresh claw, nothing. Yeah, I'm kind of lacking a little bit on the defensive ones because some of the defensive nodes, like I have like shit for HP right now. I need to be careful. This one, I'm mistaken. This is the one with the. There's a lot of like batu. Okay. So now we work our way back here because I want to get the cluster jewel done. Get the notable, and then we go this way. Grab this. Grab these two. Grab these two. This is a big one that I'm missing. Golems, what? Kind of fucking important. Fucking, I don't have it. It's because I'm trying to get this cluster jewel set up. Once you go here, you grab this, and then you grab this, and then you change your armor to, and then you do the panopticon and stuff. And you change your armor to a evasion, um, an armor evasion base, which I have. And you can get really high up there. Granted, the amount of armor this thing has is really high. Like, I have 1,000 armor, but I have I think it's fractured tier 3 suppress on a armor evasion setup, like chest piece that I got from Ritual. So once I get that iron reflexes uh node, which will be in a while. I think I'll be like level 88 or something by the time I get there. Like how many? This back, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Level 86. There's more than 50 monsters here. Where? On my XP. But yeah, I'm trying to play a little safe when leveling this guy. I said I got 200. Nice. Also got a fuck ton of red juice. Even when I have the the whole like less red juice like setup, or like the less red plants setups, I still get a fuck ton of red juice, bro. Nice. This one's gonna be a little difficult. We're back. Yeah, no, that's great. I love that. But if I don't blow up the fucking pack, I'm dead. Like, this is what I'm talking about, right? 800% increased crit strike chance with a plus 50% to global strike. Yeah, can't fucking speak. I'm tired. Critical strike multiplier followed by 20% more damage granted to pack members on death with like, and like the smallest pack size I have is like this one's 6 to 19 on low because I definitely don't want to give it to this guy because that means like half the map's gonna have that. But like, why are those like those types of modifiers should have been attached to like an atlas thing that's like, oh, you have a chance to get like you know what happened to the mentality of where they kept quote going on and on about like, oh, you can play how you want. So like if you want, holy shit, I almost died. You know, like just be like, oh, you can get higher like rarity oh shit. Higher rarity um higher rarity devoted mods, i.e. stuff like the like the divine orb stuff, the nameless seer one, stuff like that. You can kind of like just increase percentage chance that, but the downside is that you you know can get stuff like that, like the crit multi ones, like the high like crit ones, the 20%, you know, stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like there's some things they could do to kind of like take the edge off of it a little bit. Because like if you want an example, right? So Crucible, it was like Crucible was rippy as fuck, especially in like higher maps. But you had the option to go farm the Crucibles in lower maps. Um, for albeit it took a lot longer, right, to cap out the bar, but you could still do it if you couldn't handle the rippiness of like doing Crucible in like higher maps. Like like it's so weird the way they did this league, especially coming off of how like everything about like the scarabs and all that kind of stuff was like literally you watch the interviews they do about the scarabs and talking about like their stances on the scarabs, and it's all about like, oh, we want players to play the game the way they want to play it. You know, maybe they don't if they don't want to be, you know, we didn't like how sextants was causing blah 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 and this and that. And then you have this league mechanic that you can't turn off. You can't like alter the difficulty of it whatsoever. It's completely like you're at the whim of RNG on whether or not you get something kind of crazy. Like when I was trying to level this character, or actually was it this one? No, I think it was I think it was the other one. The my champion, my champion that I use for lacerate of butchering. The very first white map that he had rolled had like deals, I think it was like 40% chaos damage. Like 40% of your physical damage or their physical damage dealt as chaos damage. And I'm like, why is that something that can roll on a fucking white map? Right? Like, yeah, let's just add chaos damage to a mob that I can't roll that modifier out of the way in white maps. When almost every single, or when like, I wouldn't say almost everything, but when a vast majority of builds are like negative, like deep in the negatives for chaos resistance, right? Like this dude was negative 60 chaos resistance, which is the reason I got on the other character to farm him some amethyst rings, because if I'm going to use harvest juice to make some amethyst rings, I'm not going to like uh use them on like level 79 amethyst rings. So One's level 85, the other one's level 81, I think. Oh shit. Lightning barrages. Almost killed me again. Yeah, this build's pretty squishy because I don't have a lot of like the defensive layers on it. But if I'm mistaken, I should have. Was I dumb? No, I got it. Okay, I think that. Also, I would love for them to implement a system where if I click one, this entire pack of like cards get picked up. But I don't know how it would work with like the loot filters. Right, like say, you know, like the magic find guys, you know, say they're like on the hunt for div orbs, but then you have the setting where it's like, oh, if you pick up one currency, it picks up all the currency in an area, like vacuums it up. So all of a sudden these guys try to get like pick up one div, and all of a sudden it just vacuums up like all the alteration orbs and shit that they had in their filter, and then it like crashes their game or something. Huh? Oh, I'm gonna need you guys to like. I mean, it was really nice in Path of Exile, or not Path of Exile. I'm playing Path of Exile. In Last Epoch, when you had like a big pile of shards drop, and you were able to just click one and it just vacuumed all of it up. Like that was really nice. Granted, though, on the flip side, they have talked about oh shit, poison and shocked. They have been talking. Mark was talking about like increasing the distance from which you could loot stuff, which would be pretty neat. Another perseverance. We can see if it's any good compared to the one I have. Big socket. I thought it was like a 5-link non-corrupted, but or a 6-link non-corrupted. It is 5-linked. That is why it's telling me to pick it up. But I mean, I don't have a 5-link, but I do plan on swapping to that other one. Oh, fuck it, why not? Alright, what do we got? This one's gonna be a little gonna hurt. That was a little touchy. That was a little touch and go, to be honest. Now, I need a yoke of suffering and eternal damnation. But is it? I don't know. I'd have to check it up. I know yoke of suffering is one that I would like. Nice. Still gonna also hurt. Did he just shotgun out 5 of those? He's supposed to shoot one. Where the fuck did he get the other four? Yeah, I don't feel like dealing with the bristleback. Not on melee. I just realized the jungle valley. Man, I got really lucky. The first time I ran the jungle valley with the double divination scarabs, like on the yellow one, I got two fortunate drops. And then the last two time I ran it, I haven't gotten another drop since. Kind of sad. What the fuck? I hate this map because you have these little gaps that you can jump, but they put a fucking wall here. They can't just like jump over it. And it's like, bro, just let me jump over it. Like, come on. Who bums? That's also been a bit of a point of contention on some of the stuff I've been like watching, is that a lot of people have been kind of complaining. Because like I swear they've added some more layouts, and there so many of them are just fine tuned to uh I'd have died so often so much if it wasn't for the chaos resistance. Um but like I swear there's so many layouts now that like not so much in maps, because in maps they, but in the campaign there's so many layouts that just dead end, that give no warning, and then you have to backtrack all the way because the crossroad is like fucking half a map behind you. And it's like, why? Like, just why? Like, this is supposed to be the part of the game that, you know, you use to hook people in, and then you're putting these layouts of dead ends and stuff that, like, don't cycle back naturally, you know, that require you to walk back through the entire area that you just finished killing. Oh, I finally got one of those. Usually I have like 20 of those throughout a league, but that's the first time I've gotten a Rise of the Phoenix. And it's like, bro, like if I hadn't played this game so much, like recently, a lot of my campaigns have, it's been bad. It's been bad. By the way, that's possessed also. I would have died there if it wasn't for the chaos resistance. I ate her like laser beam to the face. Really. Yeah, a lot of this is just, it's just I don't know. When I feel like once I get those defensive lined up, we'll be pretty, we'll be okay. Yeah, I don't think I was thinking about maybe using it on my Fire NATO build when I got it, because I was like, it's there. Um, but I'd lose out on +2 levels to my tornado. 831. I know it's like slightly less armor on. I do want to figure out how to make a build with this. Like make a quasi magic find armor build. I mean, technically, I could use it on the chieftain as like the minus 10% to fire. Like the resistance thing is a non-issue. It's just a 20% reduced movement speed. Sucks. Yeah, this shit. This because like for instance, right when I get Iron Fleet reflexes, this is a 415 armor helmet, right? A 500 armored gloves. This is shit. I just need to get new boots. But you know. Oh no. Mm, feeling low. Oh, what? It's really good. It's just that I can't craft the damage taken from on it. But I could put uh where is it? Yeah. Put impale on it. It is more armor with more life. We lose some regen though. And we lose I mean we can try it. We'll see how it feels. It has really good rolls on it. Oh fuck, right. I need to 7%, good enough. We'll still hold on to that. This because if it feels significantly weaker, we're not going for the tankiness. Because this is really good for tanking trauma stacks. Taken as. I don't have any here. We get rid of that. 21% fires. Okay. Oh fuck, right. This one was full on prefixes. I was wondering why I didn't have that. So, yeah. This is gonna be a little painful. We'll see how it feels. It's just like I mean it doesn't really matter because we're gonna like back off of it once we get iron reflexes because we have this. Never mind, I rolled tier 4. I thought it was higher than that. But still, it's a fractured suppress, so I'm not gonna complain. On level 80, I just need to probably just regal orbit and then reforge defense a couple times until it rolls really high resistances, and preferably with no life on. And then just toss it in there, and then I'll probably just 5 blank this. And then just recolor it as we go. I mean, I'm kind of hurting for jeweler orbs though. I used a lot on that last one. Oh shit, I went through a lot. Yeah, it took me almost 200 just to get that last like 5th slot because I needed it to be green on the boat, and it twice rolled red. Made me want to cry a little bit, just a little bit. Time. What's up, Zephy? How's your day going? Wow, Zephy so big, so humongous. A lot better now. Oh yeah, he's so big. People ask him how he does it, and he never answers. He just walks away, leaves them mysteriously bamboozled by his lack of answer. $20%. See, this is the shit that I'm fucking talking about, bro. I mean, I should be fine, but still, bro, get out of here. I guess we'll never know. A mystery to you and me. Oh, it's fine. So far. How day? Once I got an enormous like rage dash out of the way after like dinner, I'm chill. How about you stop that? All right, I was trying to mention it yesterday, but then my brain kept derping and forgetting. Um, I was watching uh Captain Landsbot from like last month that he has linked for his like energy blade thing, Inquisitor, because he had been planning on kind of setting up oh it's the I was about to be like I don't think that I should have done like 6 of those, but he had talked about it. So like it was back before we found out that it was back before they decided to do the last minute change of call to arms not being able to cast multiple war cries at once. And the melee community was kind of perplexed and annoyed by the change of losing call to arms on the tree, which is what we used for our left click to really kind of like get things going. And to be fair, I got a little annoyed like listening to him like react to like the people reacting to it, because a lot of people were just like, yeah, no, we're like socket starved, and we have the yeah, this one's hard because of the beams. Because we were talking about like we're socket starved, right? Like for melee, generally you have a lot of sockets that you need to be running and you have like a whole setup that's basically taken up by the totems because for whatever reason they haven't given us a button to just, you know, like, well, to be fair, for whatever reason they haven't gotten rid of melee totems not having to be a thing, but they also haven't given us a button to put down like just like all of our totems all at once, which I think is mostly for the spell totem things. But it's not like they can't just, I don't know, make it only affect like melee totems. Like, they can do whatever they want really, as long as they feel like coding it or feel like it's worth the time investment of coding it. Um, but you know, he was talking about how like, oh, he's like, man, I'm tired of seeing all these like melee builds that just take totems and they're just like so married to the totems and this and that. And I got a little like annoyed listening to him because I'm like, you know, I could understand if it was like one or two people were talking about like totems for melee, but when every single person who does melee to a high level, aka kills Uber bosses with melee, and all of them, all of every single one of their builds has totems in it because it's literally like a shit ton of damage left on the table if you don't take them. Like, and you know, like I'd love to see him make it. Like, to be honest, I think like as a whole, the melee community would love to see him make a build that doesn't need like melee totems. But almost every single build I've ever seen, I don't think there's been actually. I don't think there's been a build yet that I haven't seen either use a ancestral protector or ancestral war chief totem. Or and a lot of builds use both. Like a lot of builds is very common to use both. Plus, you know, getting panopticon because panopticon gives you like a 50% buff of the totem because for whatever reason they didn't just bake that into like the base totem damage numbers. So not only do you have to run totems, you also now have to run this 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 notable that actually takes a decent amount of point investments to get, right? Like this build, eventually I need to go here and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this is 6 passive points that get tied up in here. And like I got a little annoyed because it's like I'm not someone who knows enough about like the ins and outs of like the damage numbers for Path of Exile to be able to refute like someone like him who crunches a lot of numbers and understands. But what I can say is that someone who thoroughly enjoys playing melee and has played just about every melee build I can get my hands on that doesn't require some sort of like unique, either the unique hammer or the that requires the now Uber shaper helmet, you know, for the shouts, because for whatever reason they made that an Uber like shaper drop, like an Uber shaper drop if I'm mistaken, instead of like just Uber shaper drop. I don't fucking know. I don't understand. I don't get it because there's like shaper, Uber shaper, then Uber shaper. So I don't fucking know. But but it's just like I don't get it. Like I don't understand how you can have all these people. Now apparently like there was someone was saying there was a someone who did do melee stuff that was like, yo, you guys are kind of like overreacting a little bit. But I think in the end we kind of like people did kind of overreact because originally people thought that you had to use call to arms and automation and the war cries. So that was like 4 slots taken, well 3 slots, 4 with life tap. But if you have to use life tap, because for like I have a lot of mana right now for melee. There we go. I was wondering why I had a lot of mana for melee. That's why. I have 37. Like, it's kind of expensive to run call to arms without life tap. Because this is like 19 mana. This doubles the mana cost. 150%. Did they reduce it or is it just coming down with like might just be coming down with levels? 150%, so it's still like it's yeah, it's like 19 mana. So basically I wouldn't even be able to cast this uh on my mana pool without life tap. And like, you know, I'm someone who I would love for somebody to find a way to be like, oh, by the way, there's this thing that we've been leaving and not like using, which does it. But like it kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit when someone who doesn't do melee builds and hasn't like really dived into it is kind of like telling the side of the community that does deep dive into that they're kind of like overreacting on something, which to some degree we kind of weren't, to be honest. Like, especially when you consider the fact that there's like straight up builds that are just dead because of this change, because you need such high like for instance the corrupting cry build that's only been around for like 2 leagues kind of died to this as far as I know. Like I saw a build of a video of someone doing it, but when I looked at their POB, like it was there was a shit ton of things in there that were expensive. Like, and it's just like, that build's kind of in the water, unfortunately, because of the change. It used to be a pretty decent. It used to have a pretty decent like gradual build up to it, but now with the change, the call to arms, it's kind of whatever. I think that I don't think I've seen any general cry builds pop up, which is the skill that you would use for corrupting cry because it's such a low cooldown. But like, there used to be at least a handful of general cry builds I would see in the PoE Ninja, but I haven't seen like basically any of them pop up at all. There's probably a couple now, but they're probably also really high investment. Because like when I'm talking about like general cries, I'm talking about ones that like I would play. Uh, so AKA ones that don't cost like 100 divines to put together. But yeah, it's just like I just have a thing where it's just like I respect the guy. He does really good like in depth stuff. Like, but if you kind of I wouldn't jump to the like I don't think it's a good idea to just be like you guys don't know what you're talking about. To be fair, the only I think the only build the only play style that probably would have benefited from the call to arms change if it had stayed the way that was shown in the teaser trailer of being multiple war cries would have been slam builds, because then you just would have used on your one of your probably like one of your 6 links to just link all of your like war cries to the call to arms so that they're just constantly going off. I think that's probably like the only one that would have been fine. Because like to be honest, slam builds have a little bit more leniency depending on like the version you go. Because generally for the most part, slam builds only really care about like ancestral war chief. They don't care about ancestral protector too much. But anyway, lo and behold, apparently it was a day one like last second change they did where call to arms no longer casts multiple. It only casts one it only casts one I didn't mean to like activate that. It only turns one Warcry instant and casts it automatically on cooldown. So I don't know. All I'm hoping is that when they do their big melee rework, they like the only thing I need to really see is melee totems are gone. Melee totems are gone. I guess I don't actually know if there's another build that uses Panoptica. Because like the main problem with Panoptica is that we have to take like nodes that we don't really care about just to take Panoptica. Because if we could just take Panoptica on that first one, plus the mastery, I think it's like, it's only 2 points we're saving, but it's still 2 points, extra that we can put on something else. Like, I'm not going to complain if that's a thing. So, take that because America's Legions. for. But yeah, it's just I don't know what they plan to do. I hope they have something planned. I still think it's kind of weird that you go, man, we don't know how to like fix melee, so we're just gonna make a whole other game and kind of like, which is it's funny because like, so that's kind of like the way it's come across to me because of the way they themselves have explained it, right? Is well, the whole idea for doing PoE 2 is because it's how like we couldn't really figure out a way to fix melee, even though surprise surprise, like all we've really been asking for is like a damage, like a number like change. So like I think this might be a case of just disconnect between developer and community where mm, when I hear them talk about like melee, they sit there and they go, oh, it feels so visceral in PoE 2. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if it feels visceral, bro. I want it to like feel damage. Like I want it to not to like melee should always be like it's a risk reward playstyle, right? Like you're risking yourself being in melee range to a boss, so I should be rewarded with big damage, right? Like that's kind of how melee should be like looked at. And it's like it's not the case because between damage uptime, all that kind of jazz, blah blah blah, which is funny because it's like slams used to be like the big dogs for skills. But like I don't think they realize that like at least I have never heard of someone complain that like the visceral feel for melee and Path of Exile. Now, to be fair, like I've heard lack of flair. That's a complaint I've heard before. Like I myself have kind of been like, it kind of sucks that a lot of the really strong, well, until recently, a lot of the really strong melee skills are kind of boring as fuck. There's no like big explosions and stuff like that without like some sort of MTX, applied kind of deal. Like, yeah, I don't know if I'd say it wasn't visceral because I mean, holy shit, when you hit something with a fucking earthquake and it just kills an entire pack, like, or just blows up an entire, like a boss just dies in like 2 earthquakes, holy shit, that feels amazing to me personally. But the problem is, earthquake doesn't do that, right? What usually happens is you earthquake and then the boss moves and then it misses. You don't hit shit. So it's a little bit of a pain in that regard. But I don't know. What is this again? I picked it up because I hadn't seen it in a while. 30% physical damage converted to fire. 35% chance to increase brain damage. I feel like there's a build that used this in a league once a while back. Well, if there was a build, it's not anymore. I mean, I still might hold on to it. I don't know. Ooh, boom. I mean, it's not the best, but we can stay in there. We're gonna be farming a decent amount of it. It's just that like It's honestly like this is pretty shit aside of the chance to poison enemies. But how fucking rare it's been to get those. Getting one is a win. Yeah, no, it's just that's just I don't know. Bro, there's another guy. I don't know if it's some dude who moved in recently or what, but like almost every single night, there's been a dude who like usually he does it earlier in the night. Like usually he does it when I walk the dog. But like he'll either be racing down to my fucking street, going way too fucking fast, way too late at night when it's pretty dark down the street to be honest, because we only have like a couple like street lights, and one of them tends to turn off when I'm walking my dog for whatever reason. I don't know why. Um, but it's like programmed to turn off at like 8:40, 9 p.m. somewhere around there. And but like I just heard him peel out from the fucking stop sign. I'm just like, bro, you really ain't got better to do, huh? You got nothing better to do. Yeah, I don't think I want you firing 6 additional fucking projectiles. This is what I'm talking about, bro. What is this nonsense of 6 additional projectiles? Get that shit out of my like, ugh. Like this is a mod that like if you see it on a map and your build like you aren't like very like confident in your build, I reroll that shit, bro. I fucking scour Alkit again because I cannot be asked to be letting shit have fucking 6 additional projectiles. Now, luckily, I had an option to like I had an option to put it on something that I'm pretty sure doesn't have projectiles. I need to start picking up jeweler orbs again though. Blah broke on him. Yeah, I gave it to those little like skeleton things that like walk around. But yeah, it's a bit of I don't know. They're doing some weird takes on stuff recently. I still have a sneaking suspicion that this necropolis thing is like where it might be their like crafting change they want to do to PoE. Or at least be the next crafting thing they add to PoE, because we have what? Essence? Harvest, right? You used to have Betrayal for the slams, but those are kind of dead. Motherfucker, you trying? Bro, you like them apples, huh? What? But like I don't think Necropolis in the way it like works now is gonna go core. I sure as fuck hope not, because holy shit, the last thing I need is something else that goes core that just fills up my fucking stash tab with the stupid coffins. If they're gonna do that, those coffins need to be 1 square. They need to not be 2 fucking squares. I don't give a shit what anybody says. But I think we might see something like it in the future. Like in the future. of being able to kind of like have a bit better of a bit better of a way to kind of guarantee what we want, or at least I guess less that and maybe simplify a bit of the crafting, because like the crafting right now, like there's the steps to crafting is step one, you learn about bless me, I need those jewelers. Step one crafting is you learn how to use alteration and chaos orb and scourings and stuff like that. I would say step two crafting is you learn about essences and you start using essences and you try to figure that out. You try to figure out what essences give you like, you know, you learn like what essences give you a decent chance at, like, for instance, there's, I think it's the lightning resist one that has a pretty decent weight towards rolling spell suppress on armors and stuff, even though it doesn't say that. Stuff like that. Like I think that's like the next step, I would say. And to be fair, that's a pretty decent hike from there to there. Um, Kind of in that same vein is you learn about harvest. Harvest is like way easier in my opinion when it comes to like the crafting for stuff, because harvest it's like it's a lot of just reforging. It's a lot of farm juice stick item that I want to reforge in a said thingy and click reforge button until I get what I want, right? Like, and that's super basic harvest crafting. There is actually more complicated harvest crafting, which is why I put it a little higher than the essence one, because there's stuff like blocking modifiers and like, you know, doing suffixes can't be changed and then rolling into something to like doing the reforging to then guarantee it like rolling what you want, like that kind of deal. But then that's where you start getting into like the really complicated crafting where it's like really expensive, right? Where you're just like, all right, I'm gonna exalt slam this, I'm gonna do this, like, and that's like the super end game crafting where it's like, all right, learning all the different types of exalts, slamming the different things I need, reforging it, blocking stuff, moving stuff over here, like that's really like high end crafting. That, to be honest, I've watched like a decent amount of, I'd say a healthy amount of videos on trying to figure it out. I've seen full step by steps. This is how you craft like a really good like bone shatter axe. And to be honest, I can like do like half of it, if that. And to be honest, I'm still kind of YOLOing it for like that half that I'm doing. So I wouldn't be surprised if like the necropolis thing is kind of like maybe they're trying to find a system to help like XP. The kind of to kind of like simplify the crafting a bit and maybe make it a little easier for newer players to get into it and learn some stuff, and like to be able to like I still think that like blocking things is still going to be a thing, but I think just having like something that obviously not to the degree like we have now where you can guarantee uh getting tier 1 modifiers on every fucking thing. I think what'll probably happen is that, you know, we'll be able to be like, all right, you can weigh, you'll have an easier way to weigh the the mods in a direction you want. Like say you're trying to craft something for physical, right? Something that's not just essences, because the problem is that essences take a while. You could like farm 6 essences and you could slam all of them, or not 6, 60 essences. Like for instance, I could have like, I haven't done a lot of essence this league, so I have like nothing. But like say I had like 60 deafening a hatred, you could roll all of those onto something, even though contempt would be a better example. You could roll all of those onto a weapon and still not hit something that's like usable. Like that's an actual problem with essences. And it's kind of just like, well, shit. Like, oh, what do? I guess farm more essences. And then the problem is that like I can kill this first soul eater stack. It really fucked out of my way. And like it's kind of rough for like newer players to I feel to get a feel for it. I feel like it's even rough for like for instance I think I was close to 1,000 hours on the Steam version before I like moved over to the mobile client like through theirs. Um, like like uh and like I honestly I could walk you through like very basic crafting stuff, but I could definitely not be able to. I want to do stack. I mean, not terrible. We'll do stagnation, then we'll call it for the night. Um, yeah, no thanks. But it's just like I could like kind of walk you through it a little bit for someone like who was pretty new to the game and didn't really understand like a crafts like an upgrade to something they have that's not like super end game like mirror worthy shit like that. Um, but like I mean like I've crafted I think it was like a 600 DPS axe before, but again it's mostly just luck really. It's just RNG. Basically you can't stun them. Can't stun them. Inflict withered for 2 fucking seconds. I'm just getting really shit fucking mods to roll. That's good enough. I should be able to run that. I just have to be kind of careful with this guy. Got right. I just like I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they do this as a type of tweaking and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe they plan on replacing one of the. I don't think Harvest would go anywhere. If anything, like I feel like Essence might be the one that goes if they're going to replace something with it, because it might be Essences. Which I mean, if that's the case, I hope they just rework the Essence tab to hold all my coffins. Or they could just retool Essence to kind of work the same way, right? Like you can keep the essences as a whole, right? Like you don't have to like implement coffins, right? And you don't have to implement like the whole like lantern system thing. Because to be fair, the only thing I want from the lanterns is the fucking all flames embers. I like being able to put stuff like beyond and abyss stuff in my maps without having to like spec for it or without having a spec for it or get use like map crafting stuff at the thingy to get it like and still get like something, right? Like getting some splinters and getting like a Stygian Vice or something without having to do Abyss, right? I just need to toss it in there and make sure there's like a pack. Like there's gonna be at least a pack with a Stygian Spire that's gonna give me a Vice, like stuff like that. Like I like that. I like that feature. That feature is really good. They could definitely expand on it and add more stuff. Some of the devoted mods was kind of interesting. Like I do like the, accompanied by Rogue Exile, accompanied by Atlas map bosses, like stuff like that. It's pretty good. Um, I don't like this giant fucking UI that just covers loot that I then need to do this to do that. I don't like that at all. This is why I kind of would like for them to give us the option to just burn a corpse while we're running out and about, like in the map. Or at least give us a way to minimize the option that doesn't require me to open my fucking inventory. That or they could just make it where it defaults to where it just drops the coffin on the ground. I don't fucking know. There's a couple different ways they could do it. It just annoys me. extra steps that I otherwise wouldn't have to do. So, but I mean, I could see them reworking Essence to work more like the coffins, where instead of it being a like you just take one essence, right, and you put it on an item, and then you just hope it gives you what you want, right? Like for instance, instead of having an essence of contempt, which will then just randomly roll a bunch of physical shit until I get like what I would like, and then hoping for a decent physics damage accuracy multi mod, and then so then I can like craft some more fizz on it with like attack speed or some shit like that. Like instead of like hoping and praying for stuff like that, maybe it can be a thing where you have all these like you have like a special, basically almost something like not like like necropolis. I really don't want to have to sit there and wait for some dude to fucking shimmin' over the over the item while I'm trying to get the essences infused. But they could do a thing where you have the base, and then kind of like, I guess you could kind of like treat it like how blight works for anointing, right? On the blight tab, where you anoint on your neck piece. Uh, but like you could do that, and then you could line up like a certain number of essences that will like lead the RNG to kind of favor physical stuff, stuff like that, speed stuff. And then like they could just leave it where the mod tiers are based on the item level of the weapon, and you just have to have a base. You just basically have to bring a base that will have a that the base you want. And I feel like that'd be a pretty nice little step up on the crafting system. It'd be kind of cool. It'd be pretty similar to the in a way, like actually not really, because you're not like stacking it up like you do with like Last Epoch, but it's kind of like that way. Like you can just have it, and it just like reforges the weapon, leaning towards the mods that you've the essences that you've put in there. So if you put a bunch of attack speed and physical essence stuff, it kind of weighs the reforging in that direction, like that kind of thing. Like I think that'd be pretty neat. That'd be a pretty cool little feature that they could just rework how essences work, and then you could just keep the system, the way it is, where you still have the essence monsters, and you still have to break them out, and they still work the same way they do. And you don't have to add this whole like crazy system like with necropolis, where it's like I have to keep these corpses, and I have to go bury these corpses, and I have to like put them in these orders and stuff like that. And then you can have like a special slot, right, for for special essences that'll weigh it towards. And there's a couple different things they can do with it. Now the danger, like there's a slight danger because there's a way they could kill essence by doing that. Like this isn't like a foolproof plan either, because essence does have some really good like setups with the essences. Oh wait, I already got all the Nico stuff. I was actually looking for more Nico stuff. I wasn't really looking for mobs to kill. But I don't know. That's just a thought. I guess just a thought. And like it didn't really take me all that long to kind of like come up with that idea, right? I just thought about how oh, we got a lot of instilling ores, which is nice. I just thought about how the two systems work and how you can kind of like move them back and forth. So I don't know. We'll see what they do. I don't know what they'll do with this league though. But that's gonna be it for me. I think I'm just gonna end stream. So thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. If you have it was a day for yourself. Stay safe. Bye.